Yeah. I'm like bored as shit. Yeah, part 3 of this video. Alright, now with Zelda, I'm going to explain some things that might happen during matches. Pretty much in general, like basic gameplay and, uh, I'm going agent. The agent. Yeah, certain things that happen. How to bait reactions, evasive maneuvers, and what you can do to punish it. So I'm pretty sure, like, let's say you fight an opponent that's probably not all that good, and all they know how to do is, evade and then throw out moves. Evade, throw out moves. This, they attack, it gets shielded. Oh shit, you know. I know for a fact you've seen this type of gameplay. This is the gameplay. This is the average Smash gameplay. They'll go in, they'll do that. You already know. Now, gameplay like this, a lot of people who play like this, they get away with a lot of shit. And it is not because you are a bad player. It's not because you don't know what the fuck you're doing. It has nothing to do with that. So I've even lost to this bullshit many times because I'm not really paying attention. Doesn't mean, you suck or whatever. A noob can just pick up this game, do this shit, and beat shit out of you. No. This type of gameplay is one of the easiest things to beat. Because, let's say you're playing somebody on your skill level that knows what the fuck they're doing, that knows about this game. You're doing this. You're baiting each other. You do this, you wait for you space your moves. The matchup is intense. You're both trying to mind fuck each other. This type of gameplay when you fight, average to low level player, this gets you because you're not expecting that. You're used to fighting somebody that you assume and thinks knows what the hell they're doing. So you're trying to outsmart them based on, their thought pattern in the matchup. And you're trying to play, this style the same way. They do this shit. You already know. You're trying to play it the same way and it's not going to work. That's why you'll half the time you'll probably lose or you'll struggle more than you're supposed to. Now back to the first and second video that I made. If you utilize all those tools and you know how to open somebody up, that type of gameplay is nothing. And I'm about to demonstrate. Let's say, all right. Let's say I'm the average player, right? You're fighting them. Let's say they do something like this. Do that. They shield it. They run away. Or they do that. They'll probably most likely try to go behind you and counterattack you. Most likely go behind you with a character and down smash. I'm pretty sure you've seen this shit. They attack. They do this. Or they attack. They do this. That. Attack. That. Fair. That. Fair. Down smash. Pretty sure you see this shit with Meta Knight a lot, especially noob ones. They'll just do that. Or they'll sidestep, down smash after an attack is blocked and they think they're gonna hit, sidestep, down smash. Whatever. So a good way is not to go for full hit. Like you'll probably do something like this and down smash right after you attack. You don't want to do that because if you know your opponent is going to evade, you don't want to throw out a move and they evade behind you or do that. You do this, they dodge the move, and you're open for a hit. You don't want to do that. So what you're going to want to do is you're gonna throw out a few attacks on purpose It's either whiff, or if you know they're gonna block, block. Now, remember what I told you about pressure strings, like such as you do that and they shield, they do that, whatever. All right, what you want to gonna do is you're probably gonna do 1/4 of that pressure string that you know how to do, and then just stop. Don't continue the pressure string because they're probably gonna roll behind you or sidestep whatever, and then you get hit. So let's say I am over here. I do this, they block it. I am not going to do this, or I'm not going to do this unless I time the roll behind them. But either way, I'm not gonna do safe moves like that because what's gonna happen is, let's say Morph is there. He jumps at me. He blocks the fair. He tries to go for a dancing blade. I'm just going to roll behind Morph and then counterattack him, and he's open. A good example of this, I'll explain. I explained it in the Peach tutorial for those that actually saw it and are into Peach. But if you didn't, I'll explain it in this video. Where the hell is Morph? Alright, perfect example. Good explanation. I should have did this sooner. You fair somebody's shield, right? You might want to fair and do this. Do the full combo. Now, if you fair somebody's shield and you go for this, within the second hit, they could probably roll behind you. You're doing that, you're open. By the time you do the third part of his dancing blade, they can already attack you. And you go for the fourth one, you're giving them more time to punish you. So, if you know somebody is going to roll behind you a lot, when you do an attack, what you do is this. You do one, or you do two, and then you go and pivot grab. Or, you dance and blade the other way and catch them. So do that, 1, 2, they roll behind, wait for it, do that. 1, 2, they roll behind, grab them. So, this, 1, 2, they roll behind, chase them with fair. Or, if you got them in the corner, keep them in the corner. Pressure them. 1, 2, gonna roll. Nope, roll into a fair. They get hit, keep them in the corner. Space your moves like that. Do 1, 2. They see their shield getting small, they might try to sidestep a roll. You do that. You back away in fair. Oh, this controller sucks with the C stick. Gotta use my other one. But yeah, pressure. You pressure somebody. There's a difference between a pressure string, which is if they're blocking too much, you do pressure strings to open them up. Another one is if they, they want to do this a lot after they attack or they shielding, they try to roll. You pressure them. 1, 2, you're gonna roll? No. Get back in the corner. 1, 2, trying to roll behind me? No. Get back in the corner. Wanna roll? I'm gonna chase you, pivot grab you. You do stuff like that. That's how you stop that gameplay. You don't try to play them legit like you would play a person that actually knows what the fuck they're doing. That is not going to work. Because most likely they're going to get away with a lot of shit. So you want to, oh fuck, this controller sucks. Yeah, pivot grab, whatever. You get the idea. Now, in case you don't know how to do it with Zelda, or you want some ideas, here we go. Oh, I feel like going. I got nothing all green. That's a Hinata. I don't like the Hinata. But yes. Alright. Now, let's say with Zelda, if you know somebody is going to, roll, or you do like a block string, as soon as you see them, just test them. Like, don't do block strings to really try to open them up and get a hit. Test them. See what they're going to do. This is the point of pressure, or block string, whatever, both. You can use both effectively. You do things like this so you can get a general idea of how somebody's going to react. If they're gonna roll, if they're gonna sidestep, once you get that general idea, depending on your actions, you have a better understanding of reading them and making educated guesses. Or in most cases, mind games, or how people want to use that term. But right now, I say educated guesses. So let's say I noticed I did this and I did that, and I try to go for a down tilt. My opponent tried to, my opponent rolled behind me. I went for a down tilt. I probably got hit, or I caught it in time, and he was too slow to react, and I did that or whatever. Now, if they have a habit of, they think it's safe to escape my pressure or an attack that way, I see that I'm gonna be reeling. Okay, I got that down. Now I'm just going to do this. That after I do the jab, they're probably gonna roll. Do that. So jab, turn around, do that, chase them. Let me see if I can use this example on the computer. If they run away. See, like that. Just wait. Sometimes you wait for a reaction. The computer's random. They're not really gonna do the same evasive maneuver, so this might be a bad example, but you get the idea. Just get a general idea of how your opponent evades. That's why you do things like this and this. Don't always be on the attack, because you always be on the attack and they evade, you leave yourself open. You don't want that shit. And then you lose to dumb things that you should not be losing to, because for a fact you're smarter than the other player. You're just really not thinking and abusing their habits, and you're throwing out too many moves, and they just get away from you, and the position gets reset, and the match is too long, and you're here freaking. They're doing all this shit, and you're chasing them, trying to attack them. You're getting frustrated. You leave yourself open, and then they just throw out smash attacks, random attacks all the time, and you die. So yeah, that's another. That's something to keep in mind. So don't go for like a freaking finisher, especially if you know they're going to roll or sidestep. So I would just do this. I see they're gonna roll. I'll run back and pivot grab, or I'll chase them with a dash attack. If you do a few strings and you see them sidestepping a lot, what you can do is to open somebody up for evasion. That, wait for it, go up smash, or wait for it down smash, or you can do that to something like that. Try to sidestep. That's gonna hit them. So you have that. That's how you punish. And if they rolled forward, 1, 2, few pressure strings, just chase their roll to a dash attack. That might be the best option she has to catch somebody. Because I doubt you can do this. It's not really gonna hit. I mean, the best punishment when chasing a forward roll is to just dash attack. Or up smash. Because they roll right there, and if the shield is small, or you think they're going to sidestep again, you can just do that. So you have this and this to chase forward rolls. They roll behind you, a few pressure strings, get them comfortable and get them thinking you're going to keep attacking, and they think it's safe to, roll back. You do shit like this. You want to roll? Got you. 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 Not having that shit no more. Sick of this shit. So you have that. So that's how you punish evasive maneuvers. So going back to everything that I explained in the other videos, you do a few pressure strings, right? If you see they're going to stay in that same position and either sidestep or block, whatever, that's when you do things like this, to open them up, get some grabs in, whatever. If you do a few pressure strings and you notice they do this a lot or this, don't try to go for a pressure string and then finish it off with something like this, a down tilt pressure, a jab, whatever. This, don't. Do a few pressure strings and bait them to evade. Just like do that, and then you think they're gonna roll behind, do some shit like that, do that. Or in some cases you can do that, whatever. So to explain this and make it more simple, depending on your options, the distance and the character that you're facing, it all goes back to step one. Know your range and spacing, so in case they're trying to punish you out of shield, it's not having that. So if you're good at it, they can't punish you out of shield. It's gonna be really hard if they can. Really hard. You got that. Step two, press the string. If you know your opponent's gonna block a lot, do this to try to open them up. If you do things like that and you see them doing this, this, roll, you know, they do an attack and do that shit. They do an attack, they go be. They do an attack and you block it, evade it, sidestep. They do shit like this. Pretty sure you've seen this shit a lot. They'll do that. They'll get scared of that. Bait that. Do a few moves, or you can just go. What I love to do, my personal favorite thing to open people up on that and punish it is, I go near them and I won't do shit. I'll just stand right there. I won't do nothing. They see that, they think I'm gonna attack because they're used to me attacking. Or they just get too scared. They don't know what the hell I can do. I can do this. I have so many options I can do just by standing here and looking at you. Like, yeah, do something. I'm gonna fuck you up. And instincts kick in. They think the most likely thing you're gonna attack. Especially low to average players, they're gonna get scared and do this. Probably try to roll behind you. You know how they're gonna evade? Just look at them. Think they're gonna roll forward? Catch them. Think they're gonna roll back? Grab them. Think they're gonna sidestep? Wait for the sidestep, do that. Or wait for the sidestep and freaking start a down tilt pressure. Poke their shield if it's small. So you don't always have to, play everyone the same way. Sometimes you have to downgrade your gameplay just to punish people who do this shit a lot. Just because you don't want to throw out attacks and then your opponent gets away from you. Especially if you're Zelda, you want to keep people in. You don't want to have to worry about approaching somebody because you know how hard that can be. So this is another good way to stay on your opponent, especially if they like to do this. Freaking chase them down. Bait a air dodge if you know they're gonna air dodge a lot. Bait a back roll or forward roll, you know they're gonna do it a lot, and then punish it. That way you can stay on their ass and keep getting damage, knock them off the stage, and do your Zelda shit until they die. The edge guards, whatever. So this is pretty more on punishing habits in general. I don't know if it was explained to a lot of people in case you don't know, but that type of gameplay, that's how you punish it. And you know your moves with Zelda, you know your moveset, so whatever you bait, use the best option possible you can to punish it hard. Like I gave you a few ideas. So you have that. That's how you stop that gameplay. Cause like I said, I've lost to it a few times. I know a lot of people have I've been training. I fight, good top level players, and I give them a hard time. I even get wins off, and yet I play somebody that just does this shit all the time. They do an attack and they do that. Oh, people love to do this shit. Like they'll attack and they'll roll back because they scared of you. They don't want to be near you after they whiff an attack. They won't be too bold to roll behind you. But a lot of people, they'll do that. But this is common. They'll do this shit a lot. Roll away. They'll do that. Roll away. That, roll away. Whatever. But yeah, and you play things like this and you lose to it, and then you either feel stupid, like really I lost to that. I know I'm better than him. He just does the same shit. And that's the reason why people lose to that sometimes, because you're used to the mid and upper level gameplay of people and even matchups in general. And people do this shit, and some people, they don't even know how to use that, how to bait it, because they're not used to seeing that shit a lot. So people lose to dumb shit like this. But yeah, that's how you pretty much deal with it. If you don't see somebody doing that, just go back to what I told you before, like pressuring people, the frame traps, all that shit. And if you see people doing that, just do what I told you. That's why it's a good way to start off, to explore your opponent and see how they're going to evade or how they play, how they react to attacks. You can do that. Don't do nothing. See what they do. Or start safe pressure strings so where even if they roll behind you or sidestep, you're safe regardless. You can't be punished and you can react to it to, move out the way if they want to attack, whatever. You have that. So that's pretty much a way to open somebody up, see how they play, and if they're doing all this shit, you know what to do. If they're not doing that, they're gonna stay in place or sidestep. Press strings I said in the other videos. Do that, and you're good. You get a good general idea of how the person plays. You build up a game plan based on their habits, their thought patterns. They match up. Whatever. I think that's pretty much it. I can't think of anything else right now. I think this is pretty much good for now. Um, I might make one more video just on based on random shit and what I think about Zelda in general and how she should be played. And I'll probably end it there. Cause like I said, I'm not really a hardcore Zelda main. I just know about her and I've used her a few times. I really can't give you advice on matchups or whatever. I'm the wrong person for that. You like say you can just look on the forums or ask some some active Zeldas out there and they'll help you out. This is just pretty much like to start you off and give like some advice that I know thus far and to help out people who want to pick this character up, or even people that have been using her in general and just want tips. Some shit I might have said they didn't know yet, whatever. So yeah, I'll make one final video to close up this short tutorial compared to my other videos. And until then, peace.